Happy Wealth Wednesday. All right, today I'm going to talk about something that you may have never heard, something that most people struggle with at a very, very deep level. And I was contemplating how I was going to be talking about this when it's a very, very deep topic. It's a very complicated topic. It's a very multifaceted topic. Hello, Louisa. Happy Wealth Wednesday. It's a very multifaceted topic, and it's also something that I need to condense into a very short video. So I think I've come up with a way to explain it so that because a leader, a leader is someone who makes things easy. It's one of the most profound things I've heard about leadership, someone who makes things easy. And you might think, it's not a leader. Well, a good leader creates followers. A great leader creates other leaders. So the way for you to become a great leader is for you to be able to make things easy for your organization, for them to build, for you to inject confidence in them so that they can feel they can do this. They can lead. They can you can make it seem so easy that they can do it. So what I'm going to talk about is the truth about self-worth. The truth about self-worth. And I've worked with a lot of people. I have many different friends from many different walks of life. And I realized that how deep does this topic go? It goes pretty deep. I have some friends and people that I've worked with that have a very, very deep past where they were molested and harassed and raped. So they have problem with self-worth. And so I know how deep this topic goes, and I appreciate that, and I empathize with you on that. So coming from that point of view, I am now going to share with you the truth about self-worth. It's something you can use so that you can build your self-worth today. Build it, and this is something that will really give you a lot of epiphanies about self-worth, because most people don't understand it. A lot of people have something to say about it which aren't true, are very unrealistic. So I'm going to give you a very practical, a very realistic point of view when it comes to self-worth. So let me first go over what is Wealth Wednesday. Wealth Wednesday is a day where we are celebrating. I'm part of a mastermind group that celebrates this, and I want to share it with you watching this. Wealth Wednesday is when you do a random act of kindness. Random act of kindness where it involves an exchange of money, a transaction with your finances. It could be anything from paying somebody's toll for $1, many different people with different finances. So you could buy somebody coffee, you could buy people that work in an institution coffee, you could pay for somebody's coffee behind you, you can pay for somebody's fast food behind you. You could go up to the cashier and say, hey, it's Wealth Wednesday, I'm paying for that guy behind me, whatever he's ordering, I'm paying for it. You pay extra tip, pay high tip, higher than normal, do whatever it is, because it has many different benefits to you. Let me go over 3 of those benefits. Number 1 is what's the secret to happiness? The secret to happiness is doing something for somebody else without anything for return, without asking for anything in return. When I help somebody, I don't do it selflessly, I do it selfishly. When I help somebody for whatever reason, I do it selfishly because it makes me happy. The reward I get is not what they're going to do for me in the future. I say, no, don't do anything for me. I appreciate that, but don't do anything in return for me. I don't want anything in return. I'm doing it selfishly for my own reasons because I feel happy doing it. The fastest way to be happy is help other people. The other benefit to it is that a lot of us, hey, let me turn the slide on, see what happens. Perfect. All right. The other benefit to it is that most of us are trained and programmed that making more and more money is a bad thing. And so we have to make the shift in our brains to say that the more money we can make, thanks for the like, the more money we can make, the more people we can help. Do you see? So we have to make that shift. And when you impart money to do some random act of kindness to some stranger, it makes a shift in your mind saying, if I can make more money and I can build my business and I can help more people, I can contribute to more organizations, I can contribute to people, helping people here, helping people start businesses, helping entrepreneurs, helping children, helping whatever cause I want because I'm making more money. So we have to make that shift. The other part is that we are surrounded by negativity in the world and the news today, and you just never know who you're going to be able to help today. It could be that person who's completely depressed, who's standing in the line behind your Starbucks. You never know. They're probably on the verge of suicide, but then somebody pays for their meal, some random stranger that they don't even know, they can't even thank because you just dashed out of there before they could even say thank you. And then they say, oh my God, this could be a sign. Maybe I am worth it. Maybe I am a worthful person. Maybe I do deserve to live. Maybe I can contribute to other people. And then you start this chain of helping other people, and they're helping other people, and they're thinking there is humanity out there. Humanity is good. So you start that chain by just helping somebody out. A random act of kindness. So let's go into the training for today. Self-worth, the truth about self-worth. Let's talk about value. What is value? Value is something you hold in high regard. Whatever it is, it could be ethical, moral, it could be something tangible, something practical, an idea, whatever idea you hold in high regard, whatever ethic you hold in high regard, you think this is good, this is a good deed, and this is bad. So this is ethical, this is moral, this is something I hold in high regard. I hold in high regard transparent, open communication. I hold in high regard bettering other people. I hold in high regard doing good. I hold in low regard stealing, murder. I hold that in not good regard, right? Low regard. So ideas, tangible things. I'll give you an example. Value. A very tangible example. This is a jug of water, right? Speaking of which, I'm parched. This is a jug of water. And this jug of water, what value is this for you? Now, if you're at your home right now and you have a bunch of bottles of water, I couldn't sell this to you for anything, right? But if you're in a desert and you're thirsty, I could sell this to you for $10, right? $10 US. So value is whatever somebody holds in high regard. And price is attached to value. So price is not a thing. It's whatever somebody sees as valuable, they attach the price to that. So I could charge for example, I have a coaching for a different business, and I could charge whatever amount I want depending on how valuable I can impart what I do for that person, the change that I do for that person. Now, for example, what if I told you that this thing, I put something in this water so that you would have 10 times more energy right now, and you would have 10 times more focus than you have right now, and you'll be 20 times more productive, and it has all the vitamins and minerals you need in a day. How much would that be worth to you? If you're into fitness and health, that would worth a lot to you. I could sell this for a high amount. If you don't care about fitness and health, if you don't even train or work out, then you don't really care for it. So it doesn't really hold that much value to you. So that's the explanation of value. So a lot of you, if you have a business, for example, and you're trying to think of a price for your personal service or your personal product, the price you can put on that thing is the value that you impart on the person that's on your market. So value. So self-worth, what is something worth, right? What is this thing worth to you? What is it worth to you? So self-worth is what are you worth to yourself? What are you worth to yourself? So the question people ask, and I'm gonna encourage you to shift that question in a few minutes here. The question most people ask is, what am I worth? And what am I worth? And most people are afraid of success because they don't believe they're worthy. They don't believe they're worthy right now. And when I show you how to shift that question, you'll never need to worry about that question again. You'll never need to worry about whether you're worthy or not again. Whatever your past is, the best part about the past is that it's over. Richard Bandler said, the best part about the past is that it's over. And your future is for you to create. So, you'll never have to worry about asking the question, am I worthy? Once you shift this question that I'm going to share with you in a moment. So I'll give you an example of why that question is not useful to you. Why the question, am I worthy, is not useful to you. You could be a guy sitting on a couch eating chips all day. Chips and soda all day for 8 hours a day, watching television. And you can say, I am worth health. I am worth fit. I am a worthy person. I am a healthy person. I am worth it. But all this guy is doing is eating chips all day, eating soda all day. So it's the same thing as the person who says, I am rich. I am rich. I am wealthy. Oh no, it's going to be moving. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am deserving of all the money in the world. I am deserving of millions of dollars. I am worthy of millions. I'm getting messages. I am worthy of millions of dollars. And the guy does no work. The guy sits on the couch all day, watches TV, goes to work, goes home, watches TV, does nothing for himself to build a business, does nothing for himself to find opportunities, does nothing for himself to connect with people so that he can have the opportunity to find opportunities for himself. He does no work, but he says, I am worthy of success. I am worthy of all the money in the world. So asking the question, am I worthy? And saying, I am worthy of this, does not help you. Here's the shift I want you to make when it comes to self-worth. Here's the shift in language, and here's the shift in neurology that will help you. Before I do that, though, I want to take a drink. You're asking how much water is in this? It's a gallon. All right, so the two words you have to worry about, forget about the question, am I worthy? Two things you have to work to your goal, make it a goal. The two goals you have should be the words worthyful and worthyfulness. Worthyful and worthyfulness. I'll define that for you. To be worthyful is sort of like successful. So let me give you an example. Success is just a continuation of something, right? Like a successor or a succession of something. So successive attempts. So a success, when you're successful, you're full of successes. You're full of attempts after attempt after attempt. You're full of consecutive successions of successive attempts. When it comes to worthyful, the word worthyful means you're full of worthiness. You're full of worth. And how do you get to that point? That is your goal, to be worthyful. How do you get to that point where you are worthyful? I'll give you examples in relationships, business, and social situations. But how do you get to that point where you're worthyful? You're full of things. You endeavor to become worthy of that thing you want. Let me say that again. You endeavor, you do the things, you do the deeds, you do the work on yourself or on your business or on your relationships or on your social situations or on your family or on your organization, especially on yourself, to be worthyful of the results or of the vision that you have for yourself. When you are full of things that you've been doing to become worthy of that thing you want, you are then worthyful. Now, how do you get to worthyfulness? Worthyfulness is a state of being. Hey, Lara, how's it going? I'll give you a call later. I got your text. All right, so how do you get to worthyfulness? Worthyfulness is a state of being. It's a state of emotion. It's a state of energy. Emotion is energy in motion. So how you get to worthyfulness is when you're in a state of you're always being worthyful. Do you see? You're always, hey Lara, you're always in a state, emotional state of feeling like you're on the road to becoming worthy. You're always in a state of feeling like you're worthyful. So these are the only two words you need to worry about. These are your two goals. Your two goals are to be worthyful and to get to a state of worthyfulness. Worthyfulness. I'm not sure I could say it any different ways. I like to target or attack the idea in many different points of view. So let me give you one last point of view. To get to the state of worthyfulness, you have to get to an emotion of feeling right now and any moment and every moment that you are worthyful. How do you become worthyful? You always endeavor to become worthy of the thing you want in whatever area of your life: social, communications, relationship, organizational, personal, familial, right? So let me give you now three examples, three practical examples for you to be able to apply this into your life. The first example I like to always do is relationship, business, and social. Relationship, how do you become worthy of your relationship? How do you get to a place where your relationship merits its existence? Meaning, you deserve to be in that relationship. Because once you stop deserving to be in a relationship, once you stop deserving something, you stop getting more of it. When you deserve something, you get more and more of it. You get an abundance of the things you deserve. So what do you have to worry about? You have to worry about deserving it, to becoming worthy of it. How do you become worthy in a relationship? Well, you work on relationship skills. One of the most important skills in relationship is communication. So what are you doing to better your communication? How are you practicing and making it a practice to communicate? One thing that I would encourage you to practice and make a practice, there's practicing, like you're practicing for a sport, and there's making something a practice, which means like a law practice, like a yoga practice, like a meditation practice. Two different kinds of practice. How are you practicing it, and how are you making it a practice for yourself? One thing I'd encourage you to do is transparent, open, candid communication. Making that a practice and making that an environment in your relationship. So how does that look like? It looks like when you communicate with that person, they don't feel judged when they communicate openly with you. So how do you know it's not working? How you know it's not working is they can't communicate with you openly because you are judging that person for their communicating openly. So get to a place where you have communication back and forth, where both people can communicate openly, candidly, without feeling judged. This is called the most important thing, one of the most important things in relationships you will ever consider, you will ever facilitate in a relationship, called non-judgmental acceptance. Once you have non-judgmental acceptance in a relationship, you will always be worthy of a relationship. You will have an abundance of amazing relationships. The second thing is business. What are some examples of being worthy in business? Being worthy in business, you do the work. You do the work so that you're worthy of getting the income and getting the influence that you want in your business. Because all a business is a transaction of value, right? People will pay for your business, for whatever service or product you have. People will pay for it depending on the value you create. So as you create more and more value for other people, the more you improve your business. That's what business is. Right? It's a transaction of value. So for example, if your thing, your service or your product is so valuable, would you sell it for $5? Would you sell a coaching for $5 if it's so valuable it'll change your life? No, of course not. You'll put a price on it. It's a pretty high price. because it's very valuable. Social. How do you improve your worthiness? How do you become worthyful of in a social situation, organizational, friendship, familial? Is be not the political is not a word that most people understand. It's not governments, but knowing how to engage with other people, how to become. I'll give you an example. To become something to become worthy of in a social situation. Become attractive rather than what's the word? Become attractive rather than repulsive in a social situation. Become attractive rather than repulsive. Attractive doesn't mean looking good. It could. It doesn't mean looking good. It means attracting other people. Being an attractive person. Opposite of being a repulsive person, not attracting people. So how do you become more attractive to people? You become more emotionally intelligent. What is emotional intelligence? Intelligence is your ability to make a distinction. So emotional intelligence is your increasing your ability to make distinctions with somebody's emotion, right? You could be, I'll give you an example. You could be direct. You could be a direct and open kind of communicator without being harsh to somebody, right? When people say they communicate directly, I am a upfront person, I'm a direct person, they're often very harsh and very off-putting. You could be direct, communicate directly, candidly, openly, without being, if you have high emotional intelligence, you make distinctions between somebody's reactions through experience and through knowledge. You can be open and direct without offending people. And when you don't offend people by being direct, then they're able to accept the message. Their ego is able to appreciate the message. So those are examples of things you can be worthyful of, goals you can have, relationship, business, social. So to recap, what are the action steps for today? Action step number 1 is Wealth Wednesday. Do a random act of kindness for somebody, anybody, anonymously or not anonymously, however you want to do. It's kind of awkward to not be anonymous because once you just pay for somebody's meal and then you're right there and they're saying, yeah, I paid for your meal. No, I just pay for their meal, get out of there, or pay for somebody randomly, right? Second action step is instead of asking the question, am I worthy? Ask the question, how can I be worthyful of what I want? And how can I achieve the state of worthyfulness? The worthyfulness is getting to that place where you feel always, ongoing and persistently that you're doing the things that make you more and more worthy of what you want. Because the more you deserve what you want, the more you're worthy of what you want, the more abundance you get of it. The less you deserve something, the less you feel you deserve something, the more you'll fear other people having it. And the less you'll get at it, and the more you'll sabotage yourself to doing the things, not doing the things that make you deserve it, but doing the things that make you not deserve it. For example, if you don't feel you are worthy of the money, you'll always reject money. If you don't feel you're worthy of the relationship you have, you'll always do things to reject the relationship. You'll always say, you'll always be jealous, you'll always be scared and fearful of somebody deserving that person, your beloved. All right, so that's my live for today. Man, that was long. If you appreciated this, I would love it. I would love you if you like the video, if you share the video, if you heart the video. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have any thoughts, share it in the comments below. If this helped you, share it in the comments below. I appreciate that. And I will see you on the next live. Bye-bye.